What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Nash, and today I wanted to talk about why you should not get your CFA. Now, I've had a lot of people ask, should I get my CFA as soon as I get out of college so I can just get it over with, or should I go for my MBA? So my answer is always going to be get your MBA first. That's what I'm going to be explaining in this video. Now, I'm not saying that the CFA is bad. It's actually a good program for specific people. I kind of wanted to give you kind of like an overview of what you're getting yourself into before you get yourself into that. And if you talk to any professional, people that work in finance, people that work in positions that you want to be at in the future, if you ask them, for the most part, they're going to tell you, get an MBA, and I'm going to be explaining why. Now, let's take a look at the CFA itself. So this is going to be the Chartered Financial Analyst certification. Now, if you look at what financial analysts do, take that and just certify that person. That is mostly what CFAs do. And the CFA program itself is going to focus on investment management skills. So it's really focused on investment management skills. So a lot of people that get CFAs usually work in anything related to investments. If you want to look at portfolio management, fixed income, wealth planning, so they work in investments. So that's who the CFA is really for. So if you wanted to enhance your skills, because it's pretty hands-on, you learn how to create these models, how to do valuations for companies and things like that. That is what you're going to learn. Now, if we look at an MBA program itself, this is going to give you management skills. So I wrote them down here. So the first one is going to be marketing, right? Imagine going to an MBA program. You're going to take some marketing classes, right? It is part of business. You also have operations management, right? You have to know how to operate a company, how a company operates on a day-to-day basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis. Those are operations, to kind of know those details. You also have finance itself. You're going to have exposure to finance. If you work in the finance industry, that's going to work good for you. If you are going to be in a leadership position, knowing finance is really great. You also have HR. So HR, that's going to be part of that. That's going to allow you to understand human resources. And you also have accounting. Now, if you look at this, an MBA is going to give you a well-rounded skills that a manager needs. Now, if you're going to be a VP, a CFO, CEO, you need all these things. A CFA is not going to get you to that level. It's not going to get you to be CEO of a company because you lack in marketing skills, you lack operation skills, you lack accounting skills, you lack maybe finance skills. And another thing about the CFA, this is going to be a self-study program, right? You have to study on your own, whether you get a tutor or you watch videos or you read. And there are 3 different levels, which is pretty much like 3 different exams, I think, that you have to pass. And historically, people have not been able to pass those exams. There's a small percentage of people that actually pass the exam. Now, if you go to an MBA program, sometimes you might have to go to class, whether it's online class or in person. You have that one-on-one interaction with a teacher or a professor. You also have classmates that may help. That's also going to help you network, right? Because people that are doing MBA programs, for the most part, they probably have a full-time job. That's how you build connections. And I believe an MBA is going to be for 2 years. And when it comes to the cost, I feel like a lot of people look at the CFA program and it costs about, I think, between $1,000 and $1,700. That's pretty cheap compared to an MBA, which costs between $65K to $100K, depending on the university, obviously. So a lot of people look at those prices, but you got to look at where you're going to end up. So if you work for a company and your goal is to end up in a management position, maybe it's a VP position or it's a C-level position, maybe CEO, CFO, CMO, things like that. If you're going to be in a management position, you need to be well-rounded in the skills that you have, right? You have to have all the skills like marketing, operations, accounting, finance. Those are the skills you need, and you're not going to get those from having a CFA. So I was looking at how much someone with a CFA and someone with an MBA, how much do they get paid? That's what I was looking at. Now, everything I've looked at, it's always going to be someone who has an MBA is going to get paid more than someone who has a CFA. So a CFA is great if you want to focus more on investment managing skills. That is going to help you, build models, do all these things that are really technical. Now, if your goal is to become a manager, to be a VP of something or a C-level position, go for the MBA. And a lot of people go for the MBA. A lot of CEOs are MBAs, right? There's a lot of MBAs that are VPs, C-level positions. You go into the MBA if your goal is to manage people. But if you want to do the actual work, if you want to have those technical skills, go for the CFA. And I'll also say that it is better to have both, an MBA and a CFA. Now that is perfect. But I would definitely recommend going for the MBA first and then going for the CFA last, because the MBA is going to take you far. And if you think I'm lying, go ask any finance professional that works at where you want to be at, right? If you want to work in investment banking, a CFA is probably a good idea for you to get. But if you work in corporate and your goal is to move up the corporate ladder, go for the MBA. That is more respected. That is more recognizable. So that is pretty much it for this video. Let me know if you guys disagree, if you've heard something else different, if you read something else different. Let me know in the comment section below. Make sure to go ahead and hit the subscribe button below if you haven't already, and also make sure to like this video. But I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.